Okay, I think I'll bring the phone in from now on. Hey, that was my regular once-a-day call to see if my air ducts need cleaning. That's right, every day. Every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Sir, would you like to have your air ducts cleaned? No! Go away! Take me off your list! Leave me alone! Okay, call you later. Man alive, how many air duct cleaning companies are there? What is going on in this country that we all get phone calls over and over and over endlessly? And I'm going to rag on about this for another moment because I'm in Canada where you can get those calls to stop by registering your phone number on a government registry. And then the phone callers are not supposed to call you anymore. But what the phone callers have done is they're not in Canada anymore. Now they're in the United States or some other part of the world where the law doesn't apply or can't be applied. So all this effort put out by Canadian society to try to reduce these calls has utterly failed. If anything, we get even more of them now. Man alive. My own air ducts, for crying out loud. So hey, all you air duct people watching this video, take my number off your list. Okay, now where were we? We were, and it's good that I'm delaying letting the radio play more and more because we are still waiting for the popping sound to return. I'm getting quite reassured it's not coming back. What was I doing? I think I was turning this. What was I doing at the moment I got disturbed? It would have been great if I'd answered that phone on camera here and you could have heard me talk to the guy. I don't know if, I'm sure everybody in Canada is getting these calls from East Coast to West Coast. But I wonder what goes on in the rest of the world. Okay, let's watch this meter again. Nothing's happening at all. I don't like this. What am I doing? What's going on? I see the whole coil is moving a bit too. Stop for a second. What happened? I'm on the right control. The right capacitor. Let's try the other one again, the one that had an effect. Yeah, sure. Now why when I go to peak the other coil, it's just having no effect at all. I'll try it again. Get a little more brazen here. Turn it a little farther. Okay, all eyes on the meter. Oh my gosh, I turned this thing a mile. What's going on? It's making zero difference. What's going on here? Huh. What's going on? I don't know. It's an IF coil. There's no high frequency, low frequency. I'm stumped. Either that's an acceptable response, or there's something wrong here with the radio at this point. Well, I say let's carry on. If in the end the radio works well, then who cares about that? If in the end the radio doesn't work well, we can come back and consider this is maybe part of the problem here, that we can't peak one of the IF coils. But I'm putting through it's a pretty strong signal being jammed in there right now. That's not a good sign either. Okay, let's go on to the next thing. Oh yeah, using my ultra fancy computer technique here. Ultra fancy. Here we go. just a little bit. There's that change in pitch again. It's got me a little bit worried here. Yeah, and I can hook it up in another location. I'm worried that the grid cap is not making good contact, but no, that doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know what all that nonsense was. Bad connection from the signal generator, but you can tell it's much stronger now. So let me turn it down. Turn it down by 1/10. That was too much. Cut it in about half. About halfway down. In fact, I should really have the volume turned much higher on this radio, and the signal turned down even lower. Let's try that. Maybe the problem was the AVC was interfering with the. Okay, let's try that control up here again. Because I can find my tool. What did I do? Did I run off with the tool when I answered the phone? There it is, here it is, here it is. Okay. All eyes back on the meter. I'm turning it. It's doing nothing. Not a thing. I don't think that's good. But what else can I do about it now? Turn this back down before we have a surprise. No popping and clicking, so I'm really quite convinced it was a tube socket problem. And that's good, because I really don't want to change these mica capacitors, and I'm really hoping they're all fine, and they seem to be. On to the next movement. Let's keep moving. Oh yeah, 1500. So we'll go up to 1500 here. Okay, so we're at 1500 now on the frequency generator. And we will move the connection. You know what? It doesn't say move the connection. Nowhere in the instructions does it say move the connection to the antenna. So where are we? We're on the grid of the 6Q7. No, this can't be possible. That's not possible. You must move the connection to the antenna. So I'll do that. Volume is down. Maybe I'll shorten it up here a bit. Connect it right on. I guess you hear the microphonic tube a little bit. It's pretty clear which one it is when you use your finger. Is it volume sensitive? No, it's not. So it's after the volume control. Clearly it's all adding up to that particular tube. And we say, well, why does that tube become microphonic? Well, it just may be the case that you put any tube in there, and it's going to be a little microphonic. And the other one is the elements inside the tube are a little loose. So when you rattle the tube, they rattle. Their dimensions, relative dimensions change, and you get some kind of microphone going there. I guess it might be an electrostatic microphone, or I don't really know for sure exactly. Could be a combination of different things occurring that are causing the microphonic signal to get out of the tube and into the radio. Now, where are we on this thing? The king of distraction here. Okay. Tune this guy to 1500. Turn the volume up so we can hear something. Ah, that's weak. Let me calibrate my signal generator here, and we'll verify just how much signal we're putting into the back of it, or we'll get some notion, at least within a decade, of how much power we're feeding into the back. So to calibrate this has to be maximum. That guy has to be set to match the setting of the frequency control, which it is now. And this has to be over here, like that. Now we watch this meter, which you may not be able to see. Set that rate to 10. Now we're calibrated. Doesn't matter that that popped. This brings on my signal generator. This puts the tone back in. And it's no longer reading output, it's reading percent modulation. That's why the meter dropped. So with that at 10, which is where it is now, 10 times 1,000, 10,000 microvolts. 10,000 microvolts is 0.01 volts, 10 millivolts. That's quite a signal going into the back of this thing. Did I do that right? So set this out to 10. It's 10 microvolts. It's actually, I can't read that. So right now it is putting out 10 microvolts, regardless of this meter. Or 10. Let's see what it's putting out. 10 times 1,000. 10,000. 10,000 what? 10,000 microvolts. 10,000 microvolts is the same as 10 millivolts. So again, that's a pretty strong signal. And it's not being received very well. Hey, line. Just carry on, man. Maybe we'll hit a magic alignment button here. Well, this is just an oscillator adjustment, this next one. C8. And how close is it to 1500? Wow. It's pretty close. And how close is it? I'll show you how close it is. So I can untangle everything here. Not so noisy anymore when I move this particular camera, because I've switched microphones. Again, I think I mumbled about that earlier. Okay, so now you can get a good look at the dial. Well, that's interesting now. I have a new option for audio output meter, and it's the voice level meter on my recording system here. It's another meter, and it's picking up this tone too. So let me get a tune right in. I'm just listening to it. Watching the output meter here, which you can't see anymore. That's maximum. Now where is it on the dial? Wow, It's really close, really close. C8. Now where is C8 on here? A, B, C, C10, C4, C6. Broadcast, oh, well, yeah, C8, but it looks like CB on here, for crying out loud. Broadcast oscillator trimmer is this one. There it is, right there. This one. Now that's going to be a little tricky to adjust. Okay. Doesn't react to the metal. That's good. We'll put this right on 15. Okay, it's right on 15. Well, that's good. That was hardly anything. That's good. I like that. Next step. B, broadcast oscillator pattern. Oscillator return to 600, C10, then recheck at 15. So, okay, we do the back and forth thing. So we go down to 600. Okay, there's 600. Tune the radio now down to 600. That's happening right around 1200. So good strong signal there. Let me cut it back a little bit. So it's definitely not aimed at 600 now. 600 would be here. So now we'll have to move that with C10. C10. Where did it see? I saw C10. C10 is on the back. Right here. Right where? Right there. It's a one single capacitor. So we're going to turn this until we hear the tone again. You say something about hearing that tone? What happened? Okay, so what we'll do, this is where we get it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to advance it in the direction I want it to go. Just enough so it's just about out. Okay, so it's still here. Now adjust this trimmer, and I'll figure out which way I need to go to make it get louder. That'll tell me which way to turn it. Oh wow, I really got to clamp this down tight. That's what's happening. There we go. Nowhere's yet. Can I make it to 600? Wow. I had to put a more powerful screwdriver onto it. I'll virtually leverage with that. I get a little more leverage with this. Because I really got to crank it down tight. Come on. Oh man, where is it? Wow, isn't that something? That didn't go so well. Let me loosen it up here. Okay, so I'll have to do the chase thing. It's not moving at all. It's just getting fainter. That's no oscillator adjustment. Hey, what's going on here? Okay, I peeked that up. Something not going right here. Adjust pattern C10 with set tune to 600 until the signal is tuned in. It even says right on here, C10 broadcast oscillator pattern. Well, we'll just have to leave it out. I mean, I can't move it. I got it peaked at least. Okay, I'm not getting good feelings from this. Let's go on to the next thing. Oscillator tuned to 600. That's where we are. Pattern C10. Oh, okay. So how many of you have been yelling at me on your... yeah, okay. It's not C10, it's C8. C8, what a... Wait a minute. No. Now you can start yelling at me. No. One end of the dial is C8, the other end of the dial is C10. But C10 doesn't seem to affect the oscillator. Okay. I guess I'm just getting overly excited or something here. Oscillator set at 1500, adjust C6 and C4. Okay, so I guess we tune back to 1500 too. That would make some sense, wouldn't it? So we'll go back to 1500. There we are, 1500. And back here to 1500. Okay. C6 and C4. Okay, C4 would be this one. And C6 is this one. Yep, the two. Cut down the input signal here. Raise up the volume. Really hard to hear. Check the tuning here. Okay, there we go. I bumped it up a bit. Oh boy, look at that, eh? Well, we got a big lift on that. That makes me feel a little better. RF, turn band switch to red position. Red band oscillator trimmer. I'm gonna guess it's the next band over. Red band. I mean, how can... Oh, there's a little color indicator there. Have a look. Right in here. That little circle. That's the red band, the green band, and the black band. Okay, so we'll go to the red band as it says. I hadn't noticed that little circle before. Set to 15 megahertz, and we better tune into 15 megahertz. Right there. That would be hertz. Now, gotta get this up to 15 megahertz here. Okay. So 15 megahertz on this. Almost dead on, just coincidentally. Now we should be able to hear this in the radio. Let's give it the full juice. I hear nothing. Nothing at all. Let me break the video here. It's getting a little... Wow, what are we going to do here? I have no signal at all coming through. That's 15. Let's go to the other end of the band. That's down around 7. Okay, so we'll go down around 7. I think there's no radio action here at all. Doesn't sound very healthy, does it? I'll tune around. Let's try the middle band. Or the green band. That's not what that would be. Uh-oh. On the green band, I'm just above 6 megahertz. And look. So the green band appears to be working. We'll dial this right into 6 here. Okay, so now we're right at 6. So you can see now where we're actually ending up. It's this green band in the inside. Oh, that's pretty dusty, isn't it? Okay. Let me use your sock again here. You realize how many socks I have since I get everybody's lost socks? I mean, there's billions of them in my house here. I am the sock man. So it's, oops. So it's not on 6. It's not far off. And there's got to be alignment instructions for that, isn't there? There's no adjustment on the intermediate shortwave band. Get out of here, really? So I wonder if I adjust trimmers C5 and C7, which are intended for the other band, if they actually affect this one too. Let's give it a go. C5 and 7. C5 and 7. So I'm thinking it's this. These ones right here. Doesn't make any difference at all. Because I'm at the low end of the band. So let's go up to the high end of the band. High end of the blue band. Actually, you know what? It's the low end. It's around 2. I meant the high end. Well, let's check it out. 2. Take this down to 2. Hello? Hello? Nothing there. Let's try around 3.5. Well, let's try around 3. That's within the range of my signal generator band. Okay, so we got them at, and how accurate is that? We put this right on the 3. That's very close. Very, very close. Okay, C, 5, and 7. Well, you know what? I don't want to turn these because they don't seem to be doing anything. What about C5 and 7 on the, maybe it's just so far out of alignment, no signal's getting through. Let's go up on the high band again. And we'll go to that setting. Is it 15,000? We'll go to 15,000, 15 megahertz rather. Hey, did I not have this set right? You know what, maybe I didn't have my signal generator set right. So, yeah, maybe I booped up on that. Okay, so where are we here? We are on the red band, 15 megahertz. Output on the signal generator is 15 megahertz. Output level is high. It's definitely 15. So it looks like we got trouble with the top. I need, just give me a little bit of signal. Somebody, anybody on this. Yeah, it really, really sounds dead. I think we got a problem on the top band here. Especially, it has a area there where it, for some reason, it likes this area for picking up noise. Let's repeat it one more time. I'm at 13 megacycles. Nothing. Take it way down to 8. We'll try 8 here. Nothing. Nothing for nothing. Okay, I think I'm going to have to go away, study the schematic a little bit, try to figure out what is special about this particular band that's different than the other two, and maybe that'll give me a hint on a component failure. And you know what? We still have the tone control to re-engage. I can't remember if I really re-engage. Re-engage! I can't remember if I really showed this or not. So let me just show you the tone control situation here. I'm going to be careful now. I've got B plus on my voltmeter leads down here. I got to keep that in mind. Yeah, it gives you a good look at how I aim in the camera. And over we go. So there's the tone control here. And here's a nice capacitor. If I just pull it down, oh, it just broke right off. It's come right off. It's just there. You get a good look at it. It's decided to jump right off. That's a 1500 volt 0.05. Isn't that kind of weird? A Hunt. British made. I heard about these guys. Hunt capacitor. So there's the tone control, and now the problem with it is a little obvious. It's completely disconnected. Completely. Even desoldered from where it was soldered solid to the chassis. I don't know why that would be, but it is. So based on the schematic, we should be able to wire that back in. Although you got to know, it's out there for a reason. And the control itself is shot. That may not even be the original control, although it looks like it to me. So that's the story on the tone control. Not really the end of the world, but something we should try to take care of. So there's still two things going on with this radio. The noise is gone. The radio is basically working. It seems to be kind of sensitive. I'm not so sure about that. And that could be, you know, weak tube in the front end. That's what could cause a lack of sensitivity, if that's really the case here. But the big problem is the top shortwave band. You know, and that's a good. You really want that shortwave band going, because if this radio is going to be used on shortwave, that's the band you want working. The other one, it's from 6 down. Not a lot happening below 6 on shortwave. So, well, that's it. That's it for now. Hey, thanks a lot for watching all these videos. And I got something to look at. I know I've got something else to look at.